And going back to what this movie is about, the movie has to make all of these leaps to make you believe that someone like Charlie would be able to do the things that he does, not the actual traps that he lays. Last time I saw Rami Malek in the spy genre, he was the villain of the film facing off against Daniel Craig's James Bond, but this time he's the hero of the story in the new spy thriller, The Amateur. The best thing about The Amateur, I think, is that it takes the familiar story of the spy who goes out and gets revenge, but instead of a scene where we have a bunch of really good shootouts with the good guy shooting up all the bad guys, this is rather a movie about mousetraps being set by our hero, because he is not a physical force to be reckoned with, he's not a good shooter, but he does know how to build things, how to set things up, how to analyze things, and when he does do that, when we do see him trap his enemies and get back at those who murdered his wife, it is very, very well done. But outside of those scenes is where the problems of the film start. I think that it doesn't handle the setup of the character well at all. I think the story could have been expanded upon a lot more, especially in the first act. The first act felt very rushed. All the right parts that should have been left to breathe were very, very, very short, and that led to some characters not being used well at all. Lawrence Fishburne's character, who they marketed him quite a bit, like in the trailers, Colonel Henderson is the character's name, he is very involved in the first act, disappears for a little bit, comes back every now and then gets killed off, so you think, about the midpoint of the film, and then he shows up only at the end of the movie for a quick little scene with Charlie, that's Rami Malek's character, and then leaves and the movie's over. So I think that they very much underutilized Lawrence Fishburne in this film. And also, Jon Bernthal, you see him for a little bit in the trailer, you see him at the beginning of the movie, and you're like, okay, well, he's kind of acquaintances with Charlie, there might be something going on with him, or it might just be a cameo of this actor. So you don't see him for the entire movie until right before the third act. You see him show up where Charlie is, and there's hints in their conversation that his character, Jon Bernthal's character, could be a bad guy. He could be involved with the people that murdered Charlie's wife. So you're thinking, okay, what's going to happen? And then nothing happens. So Jon Bernthal's character ends up being completely useless. And going back to what this movie is about, the movie has to make all of these leaps to make you believe that someone like Charlie would be able to do the things that he does. Not the actual traps that he lays, but how for someone who doesn't really travel a whole lot is able to just adapt, so to speak, to these different countries and not be as obvious as you might think someone like that could be. And this makes me think that I think, considering the source material of this movie, it would have been better as a series. Because The Amateur, unfortunately, ends up being another example of a really good idea, but a not-so-good execution. Unlike its main character, The Amateur as a film never manages to be as smart or analytical as it could be. The film primarily suffers from having a problematic first act where it spends too much time on the wrong moments and not enough time on the right ones. It also suffers from wasting some of its key characters, either through underutilization or setting them up only to never pay them off. For a film that could have been a clever twist on the revenge story, it ends up being yet another mediocre one. The Amateur gets a 6 out of 10. Hello everyone, this is Movies with Michael, and I hope you enjoyed this movie review, and you can show it by leaving a like on this video and comment down below what you thought about this movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or was it right there in between? You can tell me all that down below in the comments section, and please remember to subscribe to this channel and click the notification icon to be notified about my latest videos.